Hello, welcome. I'm kmbles here with Classic Duff and Subordinate Blue, and today we'll be touring the official All of Fabric 6 servers to show off some of the incredible builds and maybe steal a few ideas. These servers have recently been wiped, and all the stuff you're going to see in this video is now gone forever. So hopefully we can help immortalize some of it in these videos. I say videos because Classic Duff is also putting together a nice showcase, so be sure to check out their perspective. I'll link to it in the description. Both Duff and myself are actually in the middle of our own All of Fabric 6 Let's Plays, so there's that. Collectively, a library's worth of content if you're interested in seeing what else is in the pack. You know, maybe just one of those small mobile libraries, but either way, plenty more to see if you're interested. A huge thanks to everyone who came out and showed us around. It was so great to meet you all. I had a fantastic time and I was just blown away by all your creativity. We obviously didn't get a chance to see every base. My apologies to people that we missed. I've definitely seen some incredible things in the Discord that I know we missed, and then of course there's the unknown unknowns. So in all it adds up to quite a bit, which is a real shame, but hopefully we can do this again before the next wipe. Apologies also for the audio. I tried to clean it up best I could, but hey, we're all just amateurs here doing this for a bit of fun, so I know you guys are going to be forgiving. Just quickly, while the worlds you see in this video are gone, fresh servers are already up and running, so if you'd like to join, just head over to the Aayla Discord to see how. As you'll see soon enough, it's a really fantastic community and a really fun mod pack. They're public servers, it's totally free to join, there's no hidden agenda here or anything. Like, nobody's paying me to say these things, and I've got no affiliation with Team All of Fabric, other than I play their packs and I really like them, and I reckon that if you like modern Minecraft that you probably will too. Alright, chapters are in the description to help you navigate, so without further ado, let's get to it. So we're starting off here at spawn of the NA server, of the North America server, which is where you find yourself when you first join the world. Just plop down here under this not at all intimidating dragon, built by Rohan. In fact, from what I know, a lot of the sheer craziness that you see around spawn was actually built by Rohan, as well as a few other large builds that we'll visit a little bit later in the video. Unfortunately, you can't really see it or hear it in the video, but when you first spawn in, there's this super eerie music that plays in the background with there's skulls and corpses scattered around the place, as if perhaps some accident has befallen you and you've woken up on the other side and in the underworld. Yeah, it's really quite a welcome. I wish I knew more of the lore of this place, but you quickly see some pretty epic things when you walk out of the dragon's lair, like this giant molten statue that's stuck in a perpetual staring contest with this cool flying ship, while there's this other ship that's made mostly of stone and emerald ore blocks, which houses like a super tough boss that they'd probably prefer I not unleash. My bad. So that's spawn of the North America server. I'll put a pause on the voiceover commentary and we'll go say hello to some of the locals. So I'm just going to fly around for a bit, make sure all these chunks load in. But this is amazing. I came here the other day to just look at this tower that I'd seen just shots of in the Discord. God, it definitely doesn't belong in the middle of a forest, but like the contrast is beautiful. I mean, in real life.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah.
You know, we were supposed to it was supposed to be more surrounded with trees, but it didn't really end up getting as enveloped as we had hoped. So, yeah. And the green is also just a good contrast to the purple, like a shard of crystal poking out of the ground.
You took the color scheme from the ME systems colors. I think it was purple for the alien asteroid kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, also incorporating a little bit of the sky stone in there in the corners. You can't really see it all that much, but you know, these walls here are made of sky stone. And at first it was funny. Builder was like, isn't it a little irresponsible to use something like that for building? And I'm like, well, you know, it's only a bit. And then I think I ended up using something like 10,000 blocks, or, you know, maybe not that many, but, you know.
Just to clarify, though, you didn't dig these up from asteroids, right? Like you traded for them or something. Otherwise, you're digging up all the skystone from the server.
Yeah, you're kind of incorrect. So it was actually ethically mined, you know, from the server. I traveled around. You know, RTP is a blessing, I guess. And you know, vein miner is a thing as well. Also unbreakable picks and a lot of time.
I love this thing you've done here with the timers and the redstone lamps lighting up. That's brilliant.
Hey,
Oh, cool. So these are the spectrum ones, hey?
yeah.
Just walk right through. Ooh, magic. And yeah, I just noticed. I just turned on chunk boundaries and saw how responsible you guys are. You're like, everything's kind of contained.
Yeah, so that's all bot. You know, like bot was kind of thinking ahead and thought like, well, you know, if I condense it, it makes for less lag or maybe more localized lag, which is better. If you just look the other direction, the lag is gone, right? So
totally, and it's a considerate thing to do for the rest of the server as well, right? So when you're loading this chunk in, yeah, you're limiting your kind of demand on the server. That's
I think it
makes up for your sins for stealing all the asteroids, I think. I hereby absolve thee.
Yeah, this wasn't actually that innocent though. It was back when the server still had force chunks, so I was like planting every single lag producing object in a single force chunk in the tower and just like break the resources. But
it's an exploit. But you know, later it turned out we greenwashed it. Let's just say that, okay?
This is all carbon offsets, right?
Originally an exploit. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
you built a forest somewhere over
there. If
there.
we actually go to the atrium here as well, if you want to TPA, no, it's so this is just like a kind of collaborative little build just to kind of get away from the machines and experience a little nature. You know, it's pretty common that in modern society we'll have these, you know, crazy capitalist monstrosities, but in some effort to, you know, get away from it, we put nature in it. Yeah, but you know, I do think that this actually was, you know, pretty well enveloped, you know, of an area. I wanted to do more on the glass here with like vining and stuff, but 45-degree angles and vines, it just like doesn't really necessarily work.
Yeah.
I could have done jungle vines maybe, but the I don't know, just don't know how it would have looked. But yeah, these all open up. And I've got some like venting up here for no particular reason. I used to have lighting coming down from it, you know, just for airflow and stuff. But we also have heaters because at the elevation it would have snow on the foliage, which never really looked good. So it had a wireless redstone receiver on the back, and oh, there we go, it's on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you covered. And yeah, and
anyway,
what does that do?
So yeah, that just it actually acts like a really large like heat source or light source that melts snow. So that would keep the snow from collecting on any surfaces that I didn't make sure, you know, were non-snowable, right?
That's some
so actually
thinking.
Everything here has been carefully considered to not have snow collect on it, considering there's glass panes on top of the glass blocks and you know, paths and things everywhere here that prevent snow.
God, you guys go to so much effort. Like this is so well thought through.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about the snow cover. I love the kind of commitment here to, like, even while there's all this crazy technological stuff going on inside there, and you've still got a giant bloody skyscraper to build, you take the time and effort to build this detailed little sanctuary. I mean,
there's a lot of grinding in the game, and I think it's good to take a break and do projects that are just kind of zen. I mean, this game, you know, there's always two people, right? You know, there's the guy that's like grinding away at the tech and stuff, and the guy, you know, that's like, you know, doing the terraforming or something.
Shall we say like the engineer and the artist, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, and I try to like balance both, but on this server I'm mostly focused on just being creative because I came in late game and I was given the opportunity by bot to really just like go all out artistically with some awesome constructive criticism as well.
Yeah, and did you guys come into this modded world knowing that you would team up, or did you just meet in here?
Oh no, I honestly just kind of like groveled at the feet of anybody that would be willing to give me building materials. I literally was like, would anyone allow me to build for them? Materials given, and I was given that opportunity, and it was really cool. There we go. So this thing, and it lets you swim through the air for about as long as you could hold your breath vanilla. And I built this atrium area with that. So I fell multiple times, died a lot, especially on these walkways here.
Yeah.
These catwalks were a great place to go and walk because I could access it by foot, by ladder, to be able to get my stuff when I would fall off. So it was actually really key if you if you're building a really tall tower and you don't have the ability to fly or not die when you fall, put catwalks.
What's this noise? Oh,
Ant
is giant.
There we go. Big
oh my
ant.
god. So
Ant-Man.
What's this? An ant for giants? All right.
Can I ask what are you guys completionists? Is this you did every mod in the pack? Because I see a lot of little things in
I
there.
can't take any credit for that. That's going to be 100% bot and Drix that really did a lot of grinding, especially bot. And what's funny is during all this, just to even get me the angel ring in the first place, it took them a lot of grinding. And unfortunately, with the performance of the server, I'm not sure if it's better now, but we're going through a lot of updates in the pack, and so there's some instability that may have caused more than a few tries to try and get an angel ring.
We've got lots of P2Ps here. This is so compact. I feel like you'd need to shrink yourself down, just to be able to navigate this.
This was just a continuous production line to make everything in bulk for MI. It was something I realized later on, that on-demand crafting is not a viable option. So it's it's a very impromptu design. It could still be better improved with the use of subnetworking MV, but yeah, this is still really good.
This poor entangled tank here is doing a lot of work. It never gets to sleep. I'm just looking at it go up and
Speaking
down.
of the entangled tank, this is like this server share. Kind of everybody's Steam input and output goes through this one single tank. We often have circumstances where people just poison the tank with like water or like gases, so that nobody can get Steam into their machines.
Should we do that? Should we put lava in there? Just for testing.
Yeah, you could do that. It's like
it's funny.
this is
You
really
probably have multiple people that try to make sure that the steam stays purified and clean, so it will try and clean up the container, but then also if you taint it, it could also cause their systems to break down and then taint it more. It's it's chaos and order in the same tank all at once. It's very entangled for sure.
Where do I sign up to the Steam team? I'd like to volunteer. For our international audience, immigrantworks? How do we pronounce this?
So immigrantworks, is GmbH, kind of just means evergreen works, and so it's in German, and GmbH is just kind of their version of LLC, or a business, basically, a small incorporation. So if we go in here, got a little doorbell. If you want to try out the little doorbell, go ahead. Yeah, so in here, we have some walls. And so I was going to put some gray concrete walls along all of the interior to still give it that facade look of glass, but still give it a structural, strong look and a little bit of a view of the outside. More of an industrial look. And I felt like this would also reduce on FPS lag because you're not seeing everything inside the building or outside at all times. And I did this on a couple levels, so if we can go up the stairs right here. But yeah, everything's walkable, and we have some more of these walls. I've actually, fitted a lot of these levels with walls, so if we just keep walking around to here, you can see that, you can walk everywhere, and the elevators are pretty accessible as well. But yeah, the walls kind of go throughout. It gets a little harder to put walls when I build very fast, so if it's not a repetitive pattern, it gets a lot more difficult to build, obviously. So this tower is simple. Obviously, you just you use the building wand, and you have it set to 16 usually. I worked in 16s, because of the chunk based size. And if it wasn't in a 16, I kind of ran into some hiccups. So I had to change my strategies a lot. But that's basically like how I was able to do this in a reasonable time frame. Yeah, so what I did with these balconies is I actually copied and pasted every single one, and they were
Right.
just within the block limit of something like 110 blocks for each balcony.
Mm.
And so if you have some holes, you can sometimes fill in if you just repaste, but you know, you sometimes just have to fix it manually.
Whoa, what's happening?
Ah, magical attacks.
Okay.
Neural builder, this is all amazing, and I have one very specific technical question. What is this poop emoji I'm looking at? TP to me.
Where's the poop?
and you'll see.
Oh no.
I've just found it.
Oh no. Oh no, you did not find that. Where?
I found the poop.
That's a secret. Okay, there's you guys. If you guys have the download, just know there's a lot of secret things to find in this base. There's a lot of history here. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I don't know where the poop emoji is.
It's right near the spirit.
Oh,
yeah. Right near the spirit setup at the entrance.
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't hide
right,
it very well.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Like,
you know.
There you go. Problem solved.
Enshrine it. Yeah. Oh, it's hidden now. Yeah. No, show it for everyone. Let it
shine.
Yeah, so I actually, what's funny is someone was gatekeeping the chalkboard. I didn't know how it worked. So I was like, oh, you can only do it in binary black and white, right? And they're like, yeah, right. And I was like, well, how did you do your colored signs? And I couldn't actually get in the building to see what it was. But yeah, it's just you just use dye.
You've made a great argument. Like, I think people playing on vanilla would think, like, not only can they not build with these blocks or the machines inside, but they look at the scale and they think this is just going to take forever. But like the tools that we have in modded just make things like this so much more feasible. It's like creative plus.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you got the
And,
blocks to
you
kind
know,
of sustain it.
I implore anybody who hasn't tried modded to try just try a building pack, or try finding a few mods just based on building. If you're already building creative, and there are a lot more steps you can take to make that a lot more efficient for you, like getting building one mods, getting schematic mods, you know, and stuff like that, because you know you really don't want to break your wrists and back and brain building for hours on end. So that's why I really prefer modded.
Were there any kind of server-wide things that you guys noticed or participated in outside of your team, outside of this base that you build? Was there like server interactions, or was it largely make some friends?
I mean,
and
honestly,
get building?
I think that having our small community kind of bustling, and you know, I felt like thanks to, you know, Bot and Drix's contributions, you know, we were kind of like one of the top teams of, like, you know, completionists.
Mm-hmm.
So we were, you know, looked up to, I'd like to think, as like an example. And you know, I'd like to you know, show people the base, and I'd also like to see what they're doing, and you know, occasionally I'd contribute here and there if I could. There are a few other splintered builds that you might see other people mention that I've contributed to on the server, but I won't, you know, go through those now. Definitely, like, you know, being on and being consistent, building the tower, asking people to come and see its progress, and you know, let me know what they thought and stuff, even if they didn't have anything to say, you know. And we like did ice boat races in the end, and we goofed around. I can send you some screenshots that might be able to put in the video or something, but you know, we goofed around in liquid darkness, and you know, like a hot tub, and you know, we took train rides with everybody, and everybody had a blast, and you know, we smashed the zombies on the tracks, and and you know, all sorts of stuff like that. You know, we got into a lot of shenanigans, and it was actually really fun to have those memories. Even though it was all happening, it still just in the time made me very nostalgic for playing on different Minecraft servers throughout the years, and this has definitely been one of the best experiences I've had playing modded.
Yeah, this is, so you guys didn't just build the tower. I see nether inspired build over there. I see a Spectrum inspired. I think that's his
So
Builderbot's bed
Yeah, talk about
tucked in there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I can brush over this stuff. I mean, we don't have Drix here today, so
I think Drix, am I wrong? Was Drix the first to start doing a theme build over here? You guys still were all out in the lawn before you went to a tower, right?
I think so. Yeah, when I first came here, the only build that was actually like themed was the red fantasy build over here.
Right, that's Drix.
Yes. So, and that, you know, that was like, oh, that's really cool, and like it kind of had a theme going.
And being sneaky through the base, just like looking in nooks and crannies. So
Yeah.
much going on
Which
here.
space? Which space?
I mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
About the community stuff. I
In
think
the
Neural
tower.
forgot to mention him and Builder were making a train line that actually.
Oh
connected
my
them
goodness. Do we need to
and
ride the train? We
me,
have
she-
to.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's ride it.
Let me just say my quick contributions to Drix and BuilderBot's other builds in this area.
Absolutely.
Essentially, Drix made all this like kind of nether themed, you know, blue thing out here,
Mhm.
which was like a really cool like little microbiome, and this castle thing was rebuilt 3 times. So, you know, it was using like schematics, which made it easier, but you know, it still had to be like made. So it's, you know, pretty like skillfully crafted. All I kind of did is add the permeable glass. I criticized them about the stands here not being symmetrical. And I added the cover for the stands. And then this like Technicolor screen here was just an idea of mine to kind of create this who's munching and crunching in a bowl, and what is going on over there? I'm talking here. Don't make me get the scary voice out.
Sorry guys, the button was far enough away from me.
That's all good. It's all good.
Oh no, we've been
It's gonna eat,
pulled
man, keep
into,
going.
we've been all brought into a Gaia fight.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can we escape?
Oh,
no, it pulls you
not-
back in.
Not me. Oh no. See, okay, wait, no.
I think Trent quantum
no,
sorted it.
It's just
Yeah.
Our hero.
And then over here, we have the duplication shrine, which I sort of just kind of made the microbiome around with the gravel here that has all these patterns that I had to put in by hand.
Oh, this is the white shrine.
So, yeah, so this is like in here. I call it the laundromat, but you know, it's the duplication shrine, and we have multiple you know, replicators here for UU matter. And this was, you know, late game, but it was really good for building. I was able to, you know, do final touches and everything for no problem.
Actually, what do you think, Neural? Should we give it nighttime to show off what this looks like then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's great. I did incorporate a lot of, you know, night lights, and I think it looks best at night.
I gotta say, this is one of my favorite builds. I don't know why, like it's nowhere near as big as a purple tower,
mean-
but just the use of things like the cross at the front with the gold trim on the
Yeah.
glass and the spinning windmill thing is just
the entire
gorgeous.
like court structure pretty much was BuilderBot's idea, and then the glass patterning and the detailing was mostly of my idea. I think we really did split this one down the middle very well with the detailing and everything, because some things, you know, worked and some things didn't. So, you know, we worked it out, and I think it's like really cool and complete. Where is that train? We gotta go to the village. So this is like a little village area.
Yeah.
And I have to go find the train. It is all the way down, so I'll be right back.
My kid says, "Don't fly, Daddy. You have to be on the train."
Yeah, yeah, I have to ride the train.
yeah.
Sit on the seat.
All right, toot
Be-
toot.
Be a good and beep beep. All right, let's go.
Strap in, Builderbot.
Nah,
This is
bots on the top. That's 100% safe. Oh, bye bye.
Is this max speed? Don't you have NOS in this thing?
It's like rubber banding a lot. You know, that's part of the ride. It's supposed to make you nice and sick.
How do we celebrate? Anyone have fireworks? I only brought this stuff.
Shooting stars.
Let's go up with a bang.
Oh my goodness. This is not going to be good for the video compression.
Confetti bombs are the best.
Yeah.
It's Duff and Sub. We good?
I'm gonna pop out of the group chat here.
I feel different.
What's happening?
Take it easy, Neural. Thanks, Builderbot.
I've never been here before, actually. I've just seen a screenshot. This is like visiting God's home.
Yeah, Trent's the server manager, admin, boss, god. Don't get on their bad side. Hey Trent, what happens if I break this block?
Oh.
I put it right back and I run away.
That's right. Can I even see?
Yeah,
it?
so
Or is it
Spectrum's
something
my
else that's
favorite mod.
Oh,
And
totally.
that's
yeah.
what I mostly did.
And just to kind of, I'm getting advancements. Just to kind of set the scene. Are you a completionist? Are you now? Have you ever
No.
been a member of the completionist party? Well, there's a new
Never.
server up and running, I hear, so you can try for that. But you finished Spectrum. I'm seeing all the kind of builds here, stuff that I haven't even got to.
Yeah, I did finish Spectrum as far as it can go.
Such a great mod, hey.
Had to make all the quests.
Ah, right. Oh, so did you make all the quests for the pack?
I did the Spectrum quest specifically.
Ah, cool.
We're very curious, actually. I don't know how it works behind the scenes with the pack development.
Well, AK9 mostly adds mods and does all the cube.jsing, unifying all the stuff. And then I test the hell out of it and yeah, and do all the server side management.
Isn't this a bit of a faux pas for a server manager to have hopper bondi pots exporting into storage chests that aren't extracting? Isn't this a huge lag issue?
Oh no, he's trying to bust.
That was the
Right?
that was the testing. That was
trying-
when I was testing the extra data packs to add all the extra trees.
There you go. I fixed
I
it for
like
you.
that excuse.
Oh,
I was testing.
So this is a mushroom that you built, or is this something that you found in the world?
That is a structure that spawned.
I've never seen this.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'm
Stretching
gonna turn
spoiler,
that into a
but
base.
These vines are cool. Sorry.
Yeah, don't look at
No,
Duff.
go
It's
ahead, repeat yourself,
spoilers.
Trent.
I can't see them. Yeah.
Oh, you can't even see them. Cool. So
No, I can't see them.
Oh yeah, the jade vine bulb.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Oh, here's MI. Look at this. So I was like, where are you getting all these resources from? I'm seeing all these barrels just full of things, and it's the shaders are kind of hiding it behind this beautiful glass. I missed all that. Sorry. I'm down here in MI, and you got all the machines. This is everything. No, this is most of the things.
So yeah, down here it was starting at steel machines. It's macerating every ore and processing it, and then into compressors and all that. And nothing goes into storage except for mostly raw ores in the barrels up there. Otherwise, it's just ready to go into the next machine.
That's like the full MI thing, not using AE.
Mr. Duff here himself. I think you finished MI, right? One of the rare people to make it all the way.
I did an All of Fabric 5. Yeah, not an All of Fabric 6.
I actually learned from watching you.
Yeah, this is a good time
I
to
definitely would do it differently now.
Well, it's a good time to spruik your, like, Classic Duff has started, and for some reason only done 2 episodes, I think, of like a walkthrough of MI. I think the community needs that. The community needs to know how to use this complex mod.
It's taken me so long that a new version has come out, and I'm not entirely
My
sure if
God.
everything's still the same.
Yeah, so the most complicated thing is the assemblers over here. And if you look at the item pipes and then the machine, they have all the item pipes are input output and then filtered for those things. And then the machine is slot locked to have that specific item in the specific slot it needs to be.
Nice.
And if you don't get the slot locking right, it will very quickly start filling up with the wrong item.
But it would also work just being blacklisted, right? Because you've slot locked
You
the
mean-
recipes.
Right.
Blacklist is only blocking. Blacklist would be to block things.
Yeah, but if you do
I think he
blacklist and leave
means
it
why-
empty.
Hmm.
So, sorry, go ahead, Sub.
No, you were explaining your own self better.
I think you just made me realize that I did it in the most tedious way possible.
Sorry. In hindsight, I would have saved you a couple hours, maybe.
A lot of time.
Trent is making plans to redo MI right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to redo MI. Even this was so tedious.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. I never get more than halfway.
And I will say this was not all done in survival.
Yeah. Could you take a schematic of this? Would it save the filters?
I don't know how the create schematics work for that type of thing.
Seems unlikely that it would save all the recipe slots and stuff, but if it did, you could just copy paste it, right? Do yourself a favor. You've done the hard work already. No need to do it again. But I feel like that's a
Right,
great way
yeah.
for people who are kind of a bit nostalgic or sad for losing their bases. If the create schematics copy over a lot of the finer details, yeah, just let that do the work for you.
And then gather all the materials again.
Can I ask, like, what got you into the modded scene, and perhaps why all the fabric in particular?
Yeah, so I played on a server with my buddy on 1.12.2, and then he got into Fabric during 1.15, and I started helping him do that server, and then we just kind of deep dived into making that server perform really well. And then when our friend group kind of stopped playing, and then I found all Fabric 3 and joined that and started playing on the server, and then Monster Zero had me be OP and help him run the servers, and then soon after that AK9 invited me to join the team.
I probably wouldn't be playing Minecraft if it wasn't for all the fabric. Like, my computer's a bit of a potato, and just performs so much better than other mod packs. And yeah, thanks for all your free labor.
Yeah.
Totally agreed. As a player, the social aspect it's been a blast. This is my first multiplayer, and it's been so wonderful.
Should we blow them up? Would that be a nice? Or is that too? That's a bit cruel, actually. I don't think I want that in a video.
You can blow them up. Oh, there is some cool Spectrum fluid mechanics over here.
Oh, nice. Oh, I see. Yeah, this would be a great. Like, Spectrum has so much potential, I think, to like Spectrum plus Create plus Skyblock, Spectrum for resource generation and stuff. You could have a lot of fun with it by itself. Unfortunately, like, I don't think people are going to use these too much in all the fabric, because there's no shortage of deep slate and clay and calcite and stuff, right?
Yeah, true.
But like a Spectrum only playthrough would be pretty good.
It does have terracotta, renewable terracotta, though. Although so does Badlands, I guess.
Nice hot tubs here. Good hosting.
I've experienced some of the like I've made calcite, but I haven't played around with it too much. I don't know what this stuff is that gives you slowness.
No, you'll find out. You'll find out.
I'll find out.
Like, it's a game that's been out for over a decade. It needs some more mystery to it. And yeah, I think Spectrum adds a lot of great mystery that make it unique. So
You're so keen to TNT someone's face.
no, I mean, I want to stay friends. I want to stay friends with Trent. Oh, here we go.
The blast balls.
Let's see if this crashes the server. Oops, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can resolve this. Hold up, let's pour some lava down there.
Take all the items.
This might just kill the items, right? And let us Let us get our frames back. Okay, so lesson learned. Trent can be bullied into destruction. So I should just clarify, you have a copy of the backup, right? Like this isn't the one that's going to go uploaded.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to do a quick fly around so that everything can render in, because this is a big base.
You got Bobby going?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah. This is if ever there was a Bobby demanding base, this is it.
I guess we could just start at what isn't here.
Yep.
The MI, this is what I have at the beginning. Not sure where everyone is. Took about 21 days for me to go from practically nothing to finished. Granted, we had finished everything else in the pack, and so I had Tech Reborn and whatnot to my advantage to help me out. I was running my ore through Annihilation Planes with currently outdated Annihilation Planes. It was doing Fortune 127.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so by the end I had, I'm not sure. I think I had a couple 100 million of like copper and coal and whatnot.
All
Raw
necessary.
copper, that is.
All necessary.
Always. I was, of course, getting my drills and whatnot from villagers, although it's not here anymore. But even though I got analog circuits and motors from villagers, I had also set up a assembler form as well for that sense of completion, make sure I actually could automate them. And then this wall of coke ovens was from before I realized that I didn't actually need them. Because I forgot that I already had industrial centrifuges to make carbon. So I didn't actually need all the coke dust.
I recall seeing this
And then
I saw this posted in the Discord server, and I was just like, hey, these guys, they know what they're doing. I'm going to need that many coke ovens. Like, I thought I had underprepared. But no, I think I've got 3 that are running at the moment, and it's doing me well. But
oh yeah, no, it's not needed. I mean, it's a stack of coke ovens, 64, I believe.
It's a flex.
4 rows of 16.
It does look
and
cool.
Literally all I was using was the creosote, and in very, very small quantities for lubricant. I mean, this is all we have right now. It kind of sucks. I filled up these 3 hexagons, packed to the brim with MI. But I had finished. It was nice.
What's the story on these crazy villagers?
I believe mobs, when spawned through Spirit, have this discerning quality about them to make sure that they can be. You can tell which ones were spawned from a Spirit soul cage and which are naturally spawning or naturally like vanilla obtained.
I just spotted your little prison down here of where you're forcing villager trades.
Yes.
Did you guys spot this? Very cruel.
Busted.
Might help to go into
Very
spectating.
compact.
Yeah.
Oh, OSHA's gonna have a problem with this.
What a life these guys live, surrounded by uranium. I'm sure it's not
The only
radioactive.
reason why I used uranium is because I thought it was a pretty vibrant shade of green.
What's the thinking here with the hex build? It looks gorgeous. I feel like I'm in a beehive. What was the design
all on
thinking?
Ant, actually.
Yeah?
That's on Ant. I'm not sure. He'd have to tell you. I came back one day. Oh, there we go. Hex casting.
Oh, of course, hex casting.
I guess that was his thing. Yeah, he's. I think personally, the best person in hex casting that we have currently playing on any of the servers. He is very in depth with it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's just one of those mods that people don't like. It's pretty intimidating. I think I got mob shrinking and growing and levitation and just a few basics, and then I had to give up because I was way too kind of like too much of a learning curve.
Oh, yeah.
But really, really powerful.
He's got a tick acceleration to pretty much mimic what the temporal pouch can do. It just takes a lot of media.
Yeah.
But I think the best one he currently has is a tick acceleration of times 320 for 2 solid minutes straight. So I don't know what that would be, but it takes about, what is it, 40,000 media? Forget.
God.
It was crazy.
40,000
40,000 amethyst shards.
Oh, okay, but it looks like you dug this out. But of course, we're in the void. You didn't dig this out. You built it.
Yes, all hand built. The bottom, so the walls and the floor underneath the sand is these cracked disordered stone bricks. We thought it looked nice. Though of course this is chiseled and we didn't have any automation to make them. So I actually had to manually convert all of these inside the chipped workbenches, the mason workbench. It's, I don't know, a couple 100,000, if I'm correct. It took a while. Each stack at a time. And then I placed this using the walls and the floor using building wands, of course.
Wands, yeah.
This was meant to be filled with water and corals, kind of like spawn.
Wow.
And then I was going to make a custom tree right here, but I just never got to it.
What is a luminizer launcher? I'm just seeing these around the islands here.
Only the magenta one setup. You can step on it on magenta side.
Yeah, I see a swirl. Oh, it must be a teleport, you think?
Just step on it.
See you guys.
It's a ride.
Oh, I see.
It's a
We're having a
little
seat.
buggy because usually
Yeah,
it's
it's
not the
just
best
pink.
because it bases off TPS with transporting, but it works. While we're here, Ant can show what he had of this tower.
Okay, I can show
Great
this
last
far. This far
since-
didn't change, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is
What the? Oh,
Jesus. This should be not. We broke this down because it's annoying.
Yeah.
this
so-
base scares me.
Here we go.
Ah.
Yeah, so we were running. We
We
needed a
broke
lot
this
of
because
monogen.
it's really annoying.
Yeah, we needed a lot of monogen because we were doing over enchanting using the Botania enchanters.
Yeah.
And it used to use a lot of mana, so I was trying to find the best methods for mana generation, and I tried this, but it turned out too slow, and I never broke it. We were running I forget the name, the TNT flowers. The, Entropinium.
Entropiniums?
We had 128 of them, and each had its own piece of TNT. So 128 TNT every, I think we got it down to 2 seconds, or was it a second?
Wow.
So it was very client-side laggy. And then Ant rebuilt it over here, smaller and much less laggy.
I might have broken it, sorry.
Oh, what happened? No, looks like it's still going.
Yeah, and this enchanter is actually automatic, but it's an old design. You put an item here and the other item here, and it also takes stuff from those 2 barrels. Using Botania, those red string things, I use it on this design, but I updated to entangled blocks later. But red string containers can actually insert blocks or take blocks out of those enchanter things, the balls and etc. So basically, it's just redstone and red stringed containers. So I time everything and I can check if I got a blip using crate filters, or if I got an item down here, and I know if I need to take like from this one or this one. That's basically it.
Well, I mean, hey, Ant, congratulations. You take the title of the first person to automate overchanting with Spectrum.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to chime in here real quickly. Unfortunately, on the day, the Void Dimension wasn't fully updated. It wasn't on the latest version, so I had to come back in a little bit later just to get some of these shots. But as you can see, these guys went to town with Spirit, setting up a level of automation I didn't even know was possible. Like, just look at all those revitalizers stacked together. That's pretty insane. And there was also a bewitchment setup right here below the headless villages. So what happens when you spawn villagers in with Spirit. Careful, everyone. Yeah, it's a full bewitchment setup. These guys were completionists, though. That means they completed all the quests. And yeah, just below we've got all the vegetation required purely to upgrade the altar. A shame to bury such beautiful greenery. And this is the fully updated like those signs are going to make any sense to me. This is a fully updated automatic Spectrum over enchanter, which can take any enchant and crank it up to level 127, which is the maximum. Well, it's the maximum that the pack allows. I think some packs allow you to push it up to 255, but either way, Fortune 127 or Protection 127, you can imagine that's kind of just ridiculous levels. And yeah, if I could summarize this space in a word, it is ridiculous. Everything was just taken to the nth degree. All right, back to the show.
So over just to the, I guess, left facing away, there's a big aquarium that I believe Mean Machine made. And correct me on that if I'm wrong.
NeuralDelver, the one from the Purpose base, he built this aquarium that I asked him.
Okay, so he built the aquarium and then Mean put the wildlife in it. Then
It looks gorgeous with shaders.
Nice. Ah, I have.
It does. He's a great builder.
It looks good without as well, but once you go shaded, it's really like vanilla Minecraft just doesn't look so nice anymore.
In the new server, I plan to build a large village and invite people to make, and invite people to.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
We killed Inno. This is like a nice, gorgeous tavern
It's
in.
supposed to be a little tavern.
Yeah.
Yep. It's non-decorated. It was.
Damn, it's all empty.
With the newer thing.
That's bad. That's
decorated.
just bad.
Yeah, it looks very nice with the updated. So we'll have to show that if we can get that later.
So who built this? They've got a great eye.
Nap time. A little bit of Ad Astra, a line of all the.
We kind of rushed that
volunteers.
Astra, so we didn't do anything.
Very rushed. Very, very rushed.
Right. Oh, because you're completion. Yeah, you got the completionist trophies. Congrats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which just for the video means you have to go through every single quest and finish them all.
Yes.
So what was the purpose of all the chicken eggs?
Oh, rocket taking off.
But you got 8,000 eggs that you need for
Who's going to
someone
space?
fly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's you got 8,000 eggs that you need to Hell's Kitchen quest.
yeah. Okay.
Food quest.
I don't even see the chickens. Have you made them invisible to help with?
Oh, Zebo shaders.
Ah. Oh, because they're they're spawned in. Cool.
Like they are our
Yeah.
spirits.
What happened if we just let them loose, huh?
I can also do that.
So I take it that's a max size ME terminal brain in there, is it?
Yes.
Looks pretty big.
Yes. I can get to that.
And how many channels are available from that thing? A couple thousand?
In total, if I finished putting all the P2P tunnels, which I had not finished because it's a pain. But if I finished, it would have had a capacity of about 22,000 channels, 22,606. So a lot, a very overkill. It was
More than
of
enough.
a challenge than a necessity. It was my very overkill emerald farm.
Oh, right, yeah. You found an emerald
thing.
geode in the world and annihilation planes. Are these also set to Fortune 125? 127?
So I actually have them
127,
set
yeah.
to Silk Touch on the ones over here, and then Fortune, so I don't have to do as many Fortunes, because the high level cost a lot more time or mana, so it was a way to kind of dial back on that. I have about 16 million emeralds in here, but I was pushing about 100 by the end.
Jeez. Like, so this is your base surrounded by a hideous chest monster, which is very useful and generous, so new players, they can come here and get all the artifacts and stuff.
Definitely.
But this is what you were working in here before you went to the void, or is there something underneath us?
Up here. Yes, over here on the little platform that we all started out on, there's a black elevator that brings us down.
My frame's non-existent right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the frame killing base. This is the GPU
Do you have
launcher.
shaders on? shaders might not be a good idea here. Apologies.
No, good advice. I just turned them off.
Oh, you still have the big wall closed.
I do.
He has not
I can show
unleashed
that later,
the full
but
power.
it will. Yeah.
The full
But,
power of frame rate munching.
So this was a dye farm that I had set up using the Botania flowers, and then into this, which sorted them out, and for each color. And I actually made them fill entangled chests, and they were supposed to become public at spawn for you to take free dye, and then everything
nice.
overflow would go into our own private tank.
These kinds of server like generosity projects, it's great to see.
And then if no one has shaders on, I can show you that.
I mean, I see a button. I'm going to press it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. This is all the botany pots, 10 for each crop in
My
the mod
God.
pack.
It used to be.
So
doing too
that's
bad.
why I do
Yeah,
it. I
it
mean,
really
it
is better
kills
for
your
me.
FPS with shaders on. If you turn that on, you're just gonna start to lag.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
But
I
yes,
gotta try
so
it.
this does all
Yeah, I
that.
had to try it. Oh yeah, it's pretty.
So that's why I put a giant door to prevent it.
So this is everything, huh?
It's
This is all the crops
Just
in the game,
about
is it?
Every single crop.
Yeah.
Yep. Even some, I've got kelp and stuff over here too. So also the vanilla ones.
Yeah, and all the trees.
All the trees as well. The fruit-bearing trees, I should say. And this right here, kmbles, if you drop down and you look inside of the
If you check
behind you,
here,
in this little room, it's a
that's
furnace.
our hex casting furnace.
When I go inside
Right
here,
there. It instantly smelted.
Yeah,
I don't know how many stacks that was.
Smells everything.
are you serious?
Was I think
Mhm.
18, 20?
I didn't quite catch that. Is it possible to do it again?
Like, it's just a simple circle through his mouth stuff. Hex casting, it's really useful. I use it right from the beginning of the game.
Whoa.
That's a small bewitchment setup. It's not super strong or something. This one's just 1000, barely enough to do what I wanted, which is do the leech ritual. What Zeph's doing right now, which is be able to fly through walls. It's really nice.
Oh, so Bewitchment. Yeah, somebody was mentioning this yesterday. I think it was Sub. So Bewitchment has a way in which you can basically go spectator mode, is it?
Yeah,
Yep.
mostly. You take damage if you don't have the Odin ring, but if you have it, it's mostly spectator mode. It's like the most expensive ritual, which you do right here on the circle. And those walls are here just to prevent demons from going away and just trap them here when you
Right.
summon them.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I once summoned in one of those demons and it burnt down my build, so and now I haven't gone back to
Yeah.
Bewitchment since.
Explosion again.
Oh, we did it.
That's an explosion again. And I think it gets bigger if I get bigger as well.
Oh, okay. Do you want to try?
Oh,
I hit it, I
look out.
guess.
I'm scared.
It do get bigger in
Shoot.
each year. It gets
Nice
bigger.
cave down here.
Oh.
Nice landmine.
All right, cool. Well, thanks so much for the taking the time to show us around, and I've learnt way more about AOF than I ever thought was there. And now I feel slightly inadequate. I don't think I'll be able to build anything techie like that. So I might just go back to playing vanilla for a while.
And stop breaking my stuff.
I'm farming for
And you broke
sorry.
like my whole thing.
I'm just farming.
I can help get it back. So
They're not for farming, they're decorative.
So is Ant like the server? I don't want to say troll, but you know the behavior
No,
kind of fits.
stop. I don't throw.
I think we
I'm
merely
more of a
opened the
troll.
door.
SY Sync. I'm noticing a bit of a boundary here.
Yeah,
Oh, you
so
saw the
this
boundary
is...
made of quantum holes?
Yeah, so this is, Sync is who I was based with. He does all the tech. Okay, so if we start up here near the hunting building, so right here, this is my little spectrum ruins. Yeah, so it's nothing too crazy, it just holds the, spectrum, what do you call it, pigment pedestal, because those take up a lot of space, and then your fusion shrines, you can stack them on top of each other.
Ah.
Yeah. I like to hide them because, no offense to Spectrum, but the same build over and over again is a little ugly. Yeah, so a little building tip with Spectrum is that it actually has a particle emitter, and you can do really, really crazy stuff with it. So, like, you can make gigantic bubbles. So if you have, like, an ocean theme base, you can make huge bubbles. Right now I have it emitting fake smoke. So this is my little bewitchment area. It's real tight. This is when we had Chisel, I put out a little board so people could, basically put in requests for what they wanted me to make. Because that was fun. I used to make, like, custom blocks for people.
But what was the problem with... sorry, I realize I'm derailing things.
No, you're good, you're good.
What was the problem with that? It just... Too many little bits and pieces in the world caused lag or something?
Yeah, I think that was the big problem. So there were two chisel mods. There was Bits and Chisels, which was the original one we had, and then there's Chisel and Bits. And Chisel and Bits caused, like, lag when you right-click or left-click, because it was trying to figure out if you were, like, clicking for the mod. So that caused, like, tremendous lag.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, yes, please.
So if we go inside, so here's my little row of demons. This is like endgame bewitchment. I believe it's the add-on mod besmirchment. You can tame demons, and they basically work like any other pet, except they're way cooler.
And what did I just do?
Contracts are. They in the book you can see the bewitchment book. You can see what they do, but contracts are pretty strong. They last like a couple days in game, and they give you certain perks. So some of them are really strong, like you can get like a buff to your fortune, so things like that. So if we come in, you're gonna notice that I have like a lot of mobs like that. I think they add like a lot of atmosphere.
Yeah, I love the decorations. I actually thought the demons were statues until they started looking at me.
So everything in here is kind of a mess. This is kind of just a little starter area. This
starter
is kind of my area. Yeah, this is where it all starts.
Day one starter place.
We kind of just... Yeah, exactly. We just kind of put down all the decor we like, so that we can see it.
Yeah.
So we have like all sorts of stuff. This is like an Ad Astra globe. Ad Astra is another really great mod for decor. I always speedrun it as soon as we're allowed to leave the dimension. This is our ME system and all the MI. So it's kind of a puzzle. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I got this. We've got 83 spider eyes.
I misclick on these all the time, and I feel so bad. So I had to put a sign up that I did not know how to fix it. It was really embarrassing. So this is kind of the problem with basing with like a tech god when you're just a builder, is you do not know what's going on at any point. So it's amazing here. It's a lot of fun to kind of just figure out what things are, though. Sync is notorious for building incredibly compact. So as far as I know, this is almost the entirety of the MI setup for endgame.
It's really pretty. It's like a raven here.
Yeah, he color codes everything really well. Yeah, we have like, 200,000 UU, which is the super endgame MI stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's the story on all the heads? Looks like you have almost the complete collection.
Yeah, so I have, this is my head wall for Spectrums. This is all my doing. I really love collecting decorative heads. So we have more from other mods, but these are all of Spectrums, almost complete. There's a couple things missing, like the blue axolotl head, just because blue axolotls are really hard to get. And a couple ones, like the white shulker head, which are not possible to get right now. Yeah, it looks good. Spectrum, like, it doesn't make sense why Spectrum has, like, a bunch of mob heads in it until you play through Spectrum, because it's kind of late game, and then it makes sense. So right here, these are my guards guarding my tower. So this is again another Spectrum thing. These are actually ethereal platforms holding them in place.
Yeah, some of these decorative blocks are amazing. You've got the mine cells flag waving.
Yes. These were
realize they did
not originally available for pickup, and then I had to cardboard box some of them, but they fixed that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, if there's like ever a decorative block that's like not actually able to be moved, we try our absolute hardest to get it. This theme of this base is like a I saw that. The theme is like kind of like an Atlantis but overrun by plague.
Right.
So yeah, so it's kind of dark. I always tend to do very dark themes, just because I think it's fun. It's kind of the outer walls, especially the like big towers here, which are made of like the Botania mana blocks. These are based on like you know, like Italian architecture. So if they look familiar, that's why.
And yeah, what's the intention here? I see lots of empty rooms. Is this because you're hoping to do a bit more work, but then the server restart happened?
Yeah, so basically this whole place was supposed to be like filled to the brim. So when I make a base like this, it's not really meant for like living in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have the starter area. I don't know if you know like what Omega Mart is, where it's kind of like it's in Las Vegas. It's like an art gallery, but it's interactive. So you actually like you go through. It has lore, and you really just like explore and find little hidden details while you explore the lore of it. And so that's kind of the theory I use when I build a base, is that I want it to be open to the public and just absolutely full of detail for people to explore and figure out the lore of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Meow Wolf.
Yeah, that's what Omega Mart is. That's their area 15.
Nice.
Yeah, that's their area 15 gallery.
So you're not a human anymore in this game.
Yeah, I'm a witch. A lich, sorry. The lich is, kind of makes you immortal, but it's a little useless because I have quantum armor.
Yeah.
But would be a really good mid-game stopping point for people, because you basically become completely immortal. You have a phylactery, which was in the other area. There's that little green thing on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically, when you die, you respawn at your phylactery instead of actually dying.
Could I put a request in? Could you please walk through a wall? I want to see how this thing works, like what it looks like in action.
Yeah, so I kind of start swimming in air, so.
Right, and how long does that last for?
As long as your ME lasts, so your magical energy, which I don't know if you noticed when you're playing, but you kind of have a bar on the left side of your screen.
Yeah.
It's like kind of purple magenta. Yeah, that's your bewitchment magical energy. It fills up when you're near an altar.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as that lasts, you can enter your witch form, and it just slowly goes down.
That's pretty good. So, sorry, you were talking about the White Tower. Which,
yeah, this is the White Tower. Right now it doesn't actually have a use. It's just decorative. But we love it anyways.
And you said this base wasn't finished. How did you intend it to look? I mean, and also, are you going to recreate this in the new server?
I don't know if I'll recreate it in the new server because having like a kind of aquatic but also dark plague theme, it really limits your block palette. There's not a lot of like mobs or blocks that really like kind of mesh well with it. So that was a big struggle when building it. It was a fun challenge though. The way I envisioned it, there were gonna be definitely more towers with bridges, so this is gonna be like the epicenter. It's hard to tell, but it is a giant shell. It was gonna be completely textured too, so it was gonna be a little more on the gray scale than brown. And then I was gonna have more towers. There were gonna be like little villages full of like little more aquatic mobs, that kind of stuff. And then probably like a little refugee corner. Because, you know, it's plague themed, so it's like a city overrun by plague, so there's going to be like a little refugee area where people were trying to wall off all the plague. Yeah, so there's all this like gross green slime stuff coming out, so that's where all the plague comes from. And then the lore book is right here on this little boat with the little researcher who died.
So, sorry, I missed the bit. So under the tree here where the lesion is, this is the source of the virus, is it? Some slime algae.
If you come here, this little area.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Come to me. Yeah, so you see all this like green? So there's I believe 3, I think there's a smaller 4th, little cave inside this area. The entire base. And they're basically just full of like green glass to make it look like they're all slimy.
Right, it spread. It got in somehow.
Yeah, so in the lore it's like basically in the lore book, if you read it, they're basically like all these like people complaining that there's like a sewage leak, and they're like, oh, but there's like no sewage pipe going here, so like what's causing that? And so they kind of get like overrun before they realize what's happening. This is my Leshon. So you'll actually see the Leshon not directly mentioned in the lore book, but you'll kind of get a hint as to like what caused it to be there. So that's a little fun thing to look out for.
These guys are the bane of my existence. With the big torches, they still spawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, them and the bamboo stick creepers keep spawning at my base.
Oh, the bamboo stick creepers are friendly though. They're real cute.
Yeah,
guys.
but they get in all the gears and stuff of MI.
Oh no.
They grind production to a halt.
Yeah, well, I haven't found many. When you're
Oh, I knew that was coming and it still scared me.
Yes, the server was put in, I think, before the yew trees were, so we did not get a lot of spawns for them. So
yeah.
they were very coveted. Actually, we didn't get any. I had to ask Trent to give me saplings.
Plans for the new world? Have you guys decided to team up again?
I'm so excited.
Yeah?
We are not teaming up again. I'm gonna be solo this time, but I have really big plans. I'm going back to anybody who's been on previous wipes know that I adore like a vampire theme. And I've tried to base that way multiple times, but I could never finish the base before the wipe. So this time I'm gonna try to go all in and finish a completely interactive story based area that people will be able to go in and explore, read lore books, find hidden stuff, and just have fun.
Yeah, I was a bit worried, to be honest, that this tool would largely be just little like hermits building their projects by themselves in some remote corner of the world, because I've looked at the map and all the claims are just all over the place. But in general, it's like people teaming up, working together, doing things that they can give to new players, like the last base with all the dyers and stuff. And here you are building theme park, amusing park type places for people to come tour. Yeah, that's great. Very community-minded server. Before we go, Zephless, on a few other of the bases that we've seen, we've kind of asked people if they want to cause a bit of destruction. I don't want you to cause any destruction to this base, but this world,
it's too good.
But this isn't the official backup, so anything you do now is not going to get saved. Do you want some destruction? Do you want to destroy Sync space maybe for all the any stress? Do you want to get back at them for anything they caused, any kind of grief they caused you?
Oh no, Sync is a lovely person. I don't mind destroying this big tower. I actually brought a bunch of amalgam with me, so yeah. When everyone's ready, just you can do literally anything to the amalgam and it'll blow up.
Okay, so you gotta hop in the boats and go to the dock, because this is kind of like an experience, like something that you would encounter in the world, like, oh crap, I just like rolled up on this dock, what is this?
Okay, did Neural come as well? Well, you can just teleport. Do you want us to TP you?
They're right over there, yeah. They're in the area. They'll be
cool.
over in a minute.
Cool.
I'm in your area. I'm in your area.
Alright, welcome to my humble abode, my own biome. Yeah, so my strict rules is like, originally it had a bunch of like red and silver maple trees, but I said no red trees, so I took all those out and I replaced it with all the trees that made me happy. And all the plants that made me happy. I'm not really like a tech builder, I'm very much like a collect and like terraform and, you know, landscape kind of person. Like, you'll be able to come here and, like, realistically, like, sit on the bench and, like, look at the pond and stuff. Everything's very realistically sized. Nothing super large scale.
I feel like I want to come
and
here.
Also,
I want to sit down and, like, in real life, just get a book out. And I can have this on my monitor and I'm just, like, reading a book on the side. This is so peaceful.
exactly. Yeah, like, this is where, like, Minecraft is very relaxing for me. But also I wanted to say, none of this would be possible without the kindness and generosity of my team. Because, like, I do a lot of resource, like, collecting, but I'm not very, like, technologically literate with those kinds of mods. So they helped me a lot. And also people beyond my team too. Like, a lot of people just, like, helped me with items or were just really kind to me. Like, gave me an angel ring and different things like that. So, you know.
Shout out to their generosity.
Yeah, shout out to everyone for being so freaking nice to me. But so this house here was actually one of the generated houses for, I don't remember which mod, like, they're really dilapidated. And at the time, like, I didn't have a lot of resources, so I replaced every single block to colors that I liked. So the whole house...
Kidding me. I realized that.
Every single
Holy
block has
cow.
been replaced to the blocks that I liked, and I have a color palette mostly of, like, silver, turquoise, and black, with, like, a little bit of leniency, and then a lot of nature. Zeph, I think, mentioned the spectrum, like, particle generators. I have these really weird, like, eyeball bubbles coming out of my chimney, because, like, my character's lore for this base is that they're, like, a wizard, basically, that kind of lives in, like, a cave and practices magic. Like, I'm one of those hermits that kind of just, like, claimed my own little corner of the world over here. So... okay, once you're done exploring this main little area, I have, like, lots of landscaping done. I have a statue that I made with bewitchment. And then I want to take you up these stairs. We will get to the rest of it later. It's all a loop, so it'll make sense once you go through the whole thing. So we're going to take this up here.
I forgot how scary you look, like, standing above us all. Like,
I'm a wizard, remember?
take your
No, it's
cowl
part of
off. You're so
part of
scary.
the aesthetic. Anyway.
What's the helmet? What's the helmet?
So this is from Bewitchment. It's a hood. It doesn't really, like, provide anything. It just looks really cool. I do have it enchanted, though. And then I have, like, different weapons on my back that I've acquired through all of my looting. Yeah, see? Look how cool that is. You're a wizard too, Harry. So this was actually a giant empty crater hole from a meteor that had spawned. And I went in and completely redid the blocks for the meteor, and I kind of added some bits, and then I landscaped, and I decided this is where I was going to grow my crops. I grew all of these trees that I like. I found the saplings from many different mods, again, like my color theme. And I really like collecting the different graveyard, like, skeleton items. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like the dark, spooky themes. But, you know, feel free to explore different areas. There's not anything in particular to say about it. Again, it's very, like, explore the area, like, look at the fine detail, relax. But the deer, and there's a bear somewhere as well, that I named after one of my teammates, because they like bears a lot. It's named after Drix. I don't know where the bear is. It's somewhere around here. But, yeah. And it's really cool because during the day, like, this whole area is really dark because I have these super heavy trees from the Twilight Forest, which is just really fun. But I placed all of these different, what are they called? Soul Shroom spores from the end that are really nice natural lighting. They kind of look like little drippy lanterns. Because I like lighting, I like atmosphere. And actually, I think we're coming to sundown, which is kind of the best time to view this build, because I have a lot of different lighting blocks placed throughout everywhere to kind of help guide you along your journey.
Yeah, but meaning to ask, this... I'm trying to imagine doing this. Is this just non-stop building, or are you living in your base and then going, you know what? This needs building.
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I kind of, like, picked areas and just kind of, like, meticulously went through. Like, that's just kind of the way that my brain works. I just see blocks and I'm like, oh, I want to replace it with that color. Oh, that would look cool. And I don't know, just kind of going with that overall aesthetic of, like, I want it to look really magical and, like, be an experience for the viewer, which would be me in this case. I had a few people over, but I haven't really showed this to people too much. I was a little bit embarrassed, but
Embarrassed?
By what?
What are you talking about?
yeah, I don't know. Because we had a lot of big builders and very like technologically like literate people on here, and I was just like, oh man, like I don't know, like I'm just a little tinkerer over here and a landscaper, but
No, you are a perfectionist.
No
You've
way.
just outed yourself as a massive perfectionist. This is the most detailed build I've seen in a while. Like,
I appreciate that. Well, and to add to that, I will comment, most of these things were carved out by me. Like, if you look to the sides, there's lots of little natural water resources that I've put in, like, manually. Because this was literally just a giant crater. None of the water was here. Almost none of the trees were here. I planted all the moss. Things like that. I have, like, hidden closets where I have, like, an ME system and, like, big torches. Because, like, I stuck to the, like, limited to no technology rule through like the whole build, and I didn't want anyone to see it. Like I kept saying like, no, the wizards would exile me if they saw the technology in my base. I have to hide it. So we can head downstairs whenever you guys are ready.
yeah, we're just suiting up. We're ready.
I gotta say, the tech stuff is obviously amazing and so complicated. You know, everyone's impressed by it. But what you're doing here, and what a few people do, you've let go of all the rules. You're letting yourself build anything you want. You know, there's no rules like you're trying to make a machine do this or that or whatever.
Absolutely. It's whatever makes me happy.
I think it's scary as an artist. You've let go of all rules. It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right, well let's go this way. Don't go that way yet. Excuse me. So we're in what I call my spectrum clearing, which I also mostly dug out myself. This is full of glow vines. There's not a whole lot beyond that. That was here, but ahead of us, I had dug out myself, and I'd put all of the moss, all of the glow vines. It was just stone. And we're on, like, floating platforms above my water here that I have built, which is going to be a theme throughout my base, where we're, like, on floating platforms in water on a cave with, like, chains attached to the ceiling and stuff like that. Lots of lily pads and nature. Like, I try to make it as natural as possible. Like, you've got roots coming down. I use different, textured mosses from chipped to kind of, you know, evolve it a little bit, and sticking with spectrum themed color palettes out here, so I only used, you know, purple, yellow, and blue for the flowers and the aesthetics of the decorations. This is like the only mod that I really kind of dabbled in, and I didn't even finish spectrum, so I have like one platform here. And then if you go around, you can access the other two through lily pads, because I decided to like suspend them in water, because I just thought it would be cool. They needed exposed sky, and spectrum, you know, focuses on a lot of nature stuff, so I thought it would be neat to make them really magical, make them float on the water and stuff like that. But I just accidentally made the third one, I believe, no, the second one explode right before we had the reset, so I had to fix the water and the lily pads in a panic.
Yeah,
It was really messy.
I had to watch them panic as the darkness consumed everything underneath the platform and every connecting water source block. It was so unfortunate.
It was
So
really
for
disgusting.
any viewers watching this, just watch out for darkness and water. That's all I gotta say.
But in this area, I also did the same thing where I have created my own biome. Like, here you can fly around and see that, like, there's no red trees that are, for the most part, visible. I have all of the trees replaced, and I have, like, moss and different flowers throughout. I had made a bunch of different water sources, and I had started to make waterfalls from different caves and stuff around the time that we had wiped the server. Alright, and so this is like our entrance or exit to the spectrum platform, and on the edges I have like lit deco stones from the mod and the corresponding colors to kind of let you know what you're in for, because the rest of my base is not like these colors. Like, it's supposed to be slightly fantastical, only slightly. And then you'll see I have like enclosed dragonflies, and I have fireflies down the stairs, just because I don't know, I thought they were pretty. They made me happy, and I made these really cool enclosures out of the end. There we go. Stuff that I collected from the end. There we go. Because I like the colors a lot. They're like jelly blocks. They're really cool. Yeah, you can go in there. You can release them. They're dying to get out. I don't even care. I plan to release a wither into the top part later anyway, so.
Let's do that.
Free them! Alright, let's
Allow you fools.
free the...
Sorry,
Oh, and then I have a
compulsory.
bunch of fireflies down here too that you can release.
What are these flying cubes?
Get out of
They're
here,
really
guys.
cute. So we're on our floating platforms here. This all was solid rock. I dug it out. I carved it out. I added all the stalagmites. I've replaced them with the wilted leaves from mine cells and little mushrooms and things like that. The water underneath is also decorated. I used to have some fish and stuff in there, but they've despawned since,
I
unfortunately.
really love the besides the stalagmites and stalactites and stuff. I love the stairs and the holes and the like slabs and the leaves and all
Yeah,
of that.
added
It's
some
just
texture
so
to my
detailed.
cave.
It makes it seem much larger than it actually is because the scale is right for the size.
That's what I said. Everything's very like player appropriate sized. Like nothing's super weird. I've also collected a ton of allays from all of the pillagers that I've come across from exploring, and the amethyst golem that wants to kill me really, really, really bad.
Okay, wait, maybe don't free the amethyst
Yeah.
golem. That's
I
it's
am in
just a
creative.
small hole.
Whoever's not in creative,
I'm
you'll-
not. Kmbles, upgrade me.
There you go.
Alrighty, and then you're gonna come up here into my moldy kitchen, which kind of happened by accident.
This is a world to be lived in. I feel cramped. I feel cozy.
Thank you. And we still have tons to explore, so if you come up this way to this little staircase, I have a skeleton horse enclosure, but they're like the special blue ones, and then inside the mushroom, someone had gifted me a skeleton chicken, which was really cool, so that's in there. But this is a bunch of stuff from the end that I had collected, and I thought it was really neat. Built them a nice pen from hell. They've been living their best lives.
Oh my god, these scary guys.
Where'd you go? They're fine. No, they're great. They're tame. They're awesome horses, and they're way faster than normal horses. Yeah, and then someone had gifted me a skeleton chicken that I keep inside of this warped tree over here, because I like the skeleton animals. They're really cool. That's something that a wizard would have for sure, so I appreciated that.
Where are the chooks? I haven't seen them.
Ooh, inside this tree up here, they gifted me this skeleton chicken. So I keep him up here to keep him safe because I think he's just so freaking cute.
How do you do that? I want to get in there.
I don't know how they did that. I've never seen them spawn naturally, but they're so cute. Alright, I have this room, which I put a bunch of skeletons in. Again, this is the decoy house. You walk into an unsuspected horror of skeletons, and you're like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? Why are there all these skeletons in this room? Oh, wow.
They probably deserved it.
But yeah, this is the same deal. I replaced all the blocks with everything of the appropriate colors, and I added some decorations and stuff that I had collected. But we can head down the trapdoor. And this is, like, the most main part of my base, I would say, that we're getting into.
Whoa.
This is a cave that I dug, and by accident I came across a geode. And then this is, like, chests with some fun items that I've collected, so like player heads and like banners and trinkets, artifacts, armor, and then I stacked a bunch of books around. You know, half aesthetic, half functional. And then I have a special blue coffin over to the right that has some of my graveyard items. And same deal as before. I like hand decorated it all. The water underneath is decorated, and all of the sand also has a design code where it's all black and blue sand because it matches the colors. And I'm crazy. I only
looks
like
great.
the colors to match.
I love this flooring. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
I just had this random idea to have these like floating platforms, and I just like went with it because I saw these big chains and I was like, oh, I have to do something with that. Those are so cool.
Yeah, they're chains in Mind Cells Dimension. Gorgeous, eh?
I love everything about Mind Cells. I was like, this is the coolest mod ever. I'm just gonna steal all of it. So
Well, while we're right here, pardon my intrusion, but the area that is
Oh, yeah.
hidden with
if
the
you
tech
walk
is
on
back
these
here.
lily pads over here, this is like a super small detail. This is where my ME system is hidden. So they actually have stone doors that camouflage really nicely. And you can walk in here and you can find my hidden tech, but you have to swear not to tell the Wizard Society because they will absolutely kick me out if they figure out I have a computer in my home.
I freaking hate
Wizards
those guys.
are not cool with this.
No.
I know. Why is the Wizard Society like that?
They're sticklers.
It's like the HOA.
Oh, yeah, the Home
It's like,
Owners
you know,
Association.
Yeah, but like what WOA, Wizard Owners Association.
Whoa.
Magic Users Association, MUA. But yeah, so this is where my system is, and that it's really tiny. NeuralDelver made me that since I have so many items. Alrighty, and then this is my little enchantment setup over here with my pet owl because I thought he would look super cool.
Oh, I've
over
lost you.
here.
I did see an owl. I can't see you.
Ooh, I just went over to the right over here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, this owl that's over here. And I don't know if you'll notice, but we're actually under the water currently right now. So these vents over here are letting in water from the water that is surrounding my base. And then once you go further in, I have these glass walls that actually let you peek into the water through over here, which was a lot of trial and error to build at first because I didn't have any like angel rings or anything, and I had to borrow some sponges to help fix it, which was a mess. But yeah, I have like a couple of pet mimics over here, which are just really for fun. They didn't really serve any purpose. I just wanted to tame the mimics because I could. They just chill here.
Our trip.
And I used debris miner name tags from some enemies that were killed by my teammates. I thought it was funny. And every single axolotl that I've ever collected is in this pond in the middle here, which is pretty fun. And then up these like teeny tiny stairs with the blue banner. There's like a very simple bewitchment farm and a giant cage where I keep all of my rabbits.
Oh, and what's this guy? He's a little rootling? Never seen them before.
Yeah, rootling. Yeah, so I think they're
so
from, what mob are they from?
Bio makeover.
Yeah, Bio Makeover.
They make
They
little grunts.
spawn in, I believe, the dark oak forests, and if you kill them, you can actually get their seeds and grow them, and then they spawn into little dudes, and you can collect the flower petals from their heads to make dye, and they're friendly. They're really cute. And then this is just a giant open space through here with all of my workbenches, because since I had to build all of this intricate stuff, I needed a lot of workbenches to make the textures and stuff, so this is all pretty functional, but I still decorated it like a cave and stuff like that. And all the flooring usually has like a very gradual transition into the next area, so I have like a little blacksmithing armory area with some extra like armor that I had found in a chest, and then like, you know, lava if I need it, and you know, some different weapons that I looted on display and things like that.
My god, these weapons.
Yeah, I like to explore a lot. Like, I love to loot. I call myself like a loot goblin. I love to dig through chests. I love to kill different things for their armor. And these are some of the like cooler looking ones, but I definitely have like the ones that I'm most proud of on me at the moment. We've had people fight each other with these weapons to see who would win over at one of our teammates' bases. It was really fun.
Oh, he stopped.
Well, Zephless brought out the modular sword, or whatever it is, the one-hit kill one.
Go for it, guys.
Fight.
Trent went survival too.
fight.
They're fair now.
Fight.
Can't we all just get along?
Fatality.
Is it the claim? Is it
turns
because
off
we're
PvP.
inside of a claim?
Oh.
Exactly.
It might be.
Oh.
Well then, take it outside, you two.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to do anything about that.
Oh my god.
Actually, yeah, this is the end. We just reached the entire loop. The other chunk up here is right where we came out of the spectral clearing. That's awesome.
What exactly is that? firework is using? The confetti bomb.
I don't know.
It's it's from the mod called Blast.
So
Okay.
cute.
My next,
Very cheap
I
as
know
well.
my next farm on the New World now.
Yeah. This is my favorite kind of destruction. Yes, let's go. I kind of wanted to spawn a wither.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to do it.
Because it's also very aesthetically pleasing with my base.
I mean, we can kill
and
it
I have
with
the
commands,
items ready.
so I'll type up the command now.
Yes! This is exactly how I wanted it to go. I'm so excited. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, they kill like aspect.
Right, we should move over to Neural's base before they start attacking us from the other side.
All right, I'm gonna kill him in a second.
Beautiful.
There's
Gorgeous.
also a creative one-hit kill on the
outstanding,
server.
Phenomenal.
Oh wow. We're in the Nether, so
Yeah,
it's
so
got that nice kind of like eerie sound playing in the background.
right. Yeah, we didn't have anything to do with that, but we did work on or started to work on the interior of this, like, Victorian build that Leon started. I mostly did a lot of it, like, Neural and I started together, and then I had some extra time, and I went in and, kind of streamlined everything and added fine details and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I love this.
It's like, I took inspiration from, like, I don't remember if it's like 60s or 70s, like, pleasure pits, where it's like an inset couch into the ground. So I have this inset couch around this, like, really cozy fireplace where you would, like, hang out with your friends and chat and whatever. And then there's lots of books, because I feel like in Victorian houses, you know, they liked books.
They had books.
They
They
wanted
didn't
to read a
have-
lot.
They didn't have Minecraft,
You know?
so
And the only thing that they told us is that they wanted to have the kitchen set up in here somewhere, you know, for functionality, and the rest of it was all up to us.
Their nether monument is here, though.
Yes, you know, I can't speak for anything on that. I have seen it all before. They do some amazing work. That build over there is incredibly intricate.
yeah. My
Like,
understanding
oh
is
my
this
goodness.
is largely a schematic of an ocean monument, right? And then they change the block
Yes.
palette and stuff in creative. Like that is
Yeah, absolutely.
this is another great example of like with of course it takes time and effort to build something so big and crazy like this, but there's modded tools that can help you do it. Like no way could anyone do this
Yeah.
in survival, or should they?
And you know, they did it in pretty short order too, which
Yeah.
was one of the more surprising things. Like they were just like, "Oh yeah, I'm done with the monument now." And we were like, "Wait, what?" And I came over and I was like, "Oh, like the whole thing." Oh, okay. Wow.
It's a
I
great
didn't
design.
realize it was the whole thing.
Do you know how the roof got knocked out? That's
I
Spectrum.
don't.
Probably Ruin.
hmm
Yeah, that should
Probably.
be Spectrum Ruin.
They're pretty freaking crafty with how they do stuff down here, so I like it though, because I told them it kind of looked like some really, like, a circle of, like, evil clouds that was encroaching on the monument, which wasn't on
Really?
purpose, but I thought it looked really cool.
Me again. So this beautiful base you see before you is by Shoki, who was unfortunately unable to be there on the day for the tour, but I just had to show off their base anyway. Train stations, again, a bit of a theme there. It seems like provokes something in the community, like a passion for all things trains, all things trainy, all things choo-choo. I don't know what it is, but I really love this build. There's something very Wayland Yutani about it. You guys know what I mean? Makes it look like it belongs on another planet. Anyway, back to the show. This looks pretty complete, am I?
Yeah.
Like, just what do you think, Classic? Is it done?
I think so. Yeah, I think like the fusion stuff was near the end. It has been a while since I've done it, but
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got both reactors.
Yeah, Shoki finished MI.
Oh, cool.
I know he finished it before. This is like his second or third go at it in this world, right?
Yeah, he's done it in like every world since AO5 at least.
I think he finished it in the void here, I thought, and then he had an accident trying to spatial move it with a storage out of the void.
Yeah, he didn't set like a waystone or something, so there were no cords to get it back.
Oh no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he lost a whole base. It was pretty bad.
It was a one chunk build too. I think it was a one chunk tower build in the void, I thought.
Yeah, it was either that or he either like lost it, or there was like a chunk error that caused it to have to be reset. But something happened where he lost the base.
Yeah, this looks like someone who knows what they're doing. It's very, like the pipes are all in their correct position. It's very orderly and compact. This is cool. Yeah, so classic. We're not in the nether, believe it or not.
Yeah, I realised that eventually. Once I loaded far enough out.
We got to stop bumping into each other like this. So this base is a biome replacement project by RatsNTats, bringing nether biomes up into the overworld. Why? Because you can. There doesn't have to be a reason other than it looks hella cool, and I imagine it was a real challenge to pull off. This dark basalt and magma themed biome here kind of reminds me of one of the biomes from Terralith. I'm not sure if that's what you're going for, Rats, but looks like it. It's a cool biome. And then there's this cool mansion here, right smack bang in the middle of it all. I realize now I probably should have recorded this at night time for the full effect. I reckon that would have looked really nice. Sorry, Rats. Yeah, so what was the story with that? He was building bases to gift to other people.
Exactly. That was his words, starter base. And of course, we all laughed as soon as we saw it. Like, yeah, that's a starter base for like a school bus full of new players. Yeah, the whole island, I think, was built. I don't know if he had anything to start with in the ocean when he did this.
I didn't realize this was so huge.
Right? Yeah, he's cooking. Last time I saw him chatted a couple nights ago, he's just working fiercely on finishing MI and stuff so he can start building at his usual scale.
The Iron Throne.
I forgot who it was that got. In fact, I don't see no evidence of the person who won this, where they started basing. They probably never got around to. Probably just like blown away, overloaded.
They probably tried to resell it.
What do I do with this?
Yeah.
Well, you still had time to make another one of these and give it to someone else. It wasn't this though. That was the ice dragon thing.
Hey, classic. You got to come in the front door.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. And did this base ever get given away as well?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I think it didn't, but I'm not sure. Right before, I think the announcement at the end of the world canceled the giveaway, but I'm not sure about that.
I kind of prefer this one because it seems more like, because the castle's not as big, you could actually base in it, whereas the other castle's a bit too large. You'd need a whole team of people.
Where would you even start if you're just starting on the server and then all of a sudden this is your base?
Yeah, I think I'd have a panic attack.
I just found a sign that says the base giveaway that never quite got finished, so...
Well, it's about a week later and we're now on the EU server. Unfortunately, this part of the tour is going to be a little bit shorter as we weren't able to get people on the server at the same time. So my apologies, that's my fault for not coordinating things better. Bit of a smaller party today, it's just Subordinate Blue and myself, and we're joined by the lovely The Winner Bagel, who's going to help show us around, and I believe Trent's going to make an appearance at some point in a little bit. Let's jump in. And here we are at the second iteration of a spawn building. Welcome to spawn. I'm not sure if you can trademark spawn, but you can try. And what's the principle behind this spawn? People they'll teleport here when they first join the game. Oops, I'm making a mess. Not spotting any, but that's okay. There's a nice train station, beginning of a train station with some very short tracks. That was here. I can see, like, it. In theory, it would make for a really fantastic spawn to have trains that actually connect to people's bases, but God, what an effort that would be. Especially you know, a modded server has ways to teleport around, but it looks cool nonetheless.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about that. NA too, doing trains to everyone's bases. It never gets done. Here on this side, come in here. You can see it. He's got proper train signs. Station and 4-5, Snow's main station.
Oh, this is a black. I see now. This is a blackboard. So Snow Inc. You can get in there and make little edits. I better not touch that.
Cat Island Eva Resort, station 6 to 7. Now that's exactly where we'd want to go. Just to look at it without knowing what it does. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so sequenced redstone. That's awesome. Using the thing moving on the gantry shaft to make redstone connections in sequence. What they're controlling, I don't know, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this makes no sense to me.
Oh my gosh. We got powered toggle latches, so if they get a redstone signal, they switch to staying on or staying off, depending on when the signal hits them. And then they're obviously going to different colors, so she's coded 4 different circuits here.
Well, that's obvious. That's clear. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Obviously.
Sorry, I know create, so there I go talking, but this time I actually know create. The ones here with the little radar dish on them, those are the receivers. And so these things are transmitting. So when these big blocks, like this over here on the gantry shaft, it moved a minute ago. It's moving this redstone thing over here, which then in order will fire these off. And on the other side, you can see that when they get it, they'll hit the yellow, they'll transmit on the yellow signal. So 3 yellows will hit. Oh, and she's got this other thing of code on it. Like I said, I have no idea. To look at this thing, I can see all this stuff operating, but I don't know what it's actually doing. So, okay. Okay, these are controlling the fans, or maybe that's just to indicate what's happening. The different colors. I'm getting spun around. I got caught in the blender.
It's starting to make sense now. Oh, look at that. These volts just shut up.
Yeah.
And then that's going to get dumped.
How did you do that?
And that's getting dumped into a ender chest, which is overflowing.
Oh my gosh, look under here. It's scary if you float under the whole deck.
Okay, spectator mode.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
What happened then? I got pushed out of the way.
Oh, that's the move chunk thing. That's the move chunk thing. It spins the whole thing on a corner. Bagel understands it. Bagel's cracked the codes. The whole thing must have rotated on one leg. There it goes. Oh my gosh. Now I'm looking at all the dugout chunks. It must be able to rotate on a different leg at different times, so it essentially walks over time. It doesn't always rotate on the same leg and go in a circle. This is amazingly kick-ass. How has this not been on the showcase thread? Or maybe it wasn't, I missed it.
So it probably started like over here, and then dug out this chunk, and then the whole thing spins, and then it digs out this. This is a world eater.
Right.
This will just keep on going.
Yeah. This is freaking cool. You know, you could have just made MI quarries or IR mining rigs. But they wouldn't look as cool as this. I am seriously blown away. As a fan of Great, this is bonkers awesome. There it goes. So you can pick which of the 4 colors to rotate, right?
Can I flick one of the switches? Is that okay? So it's just one of these.
Show which one.
Like if I flick orange, I guess it swivels on the orange, does it? Let's try it out. Nope.
Oh, I see. The fans are functional.
Huge delay, I'm sorry.
All these fans drive the corner rotation, but they're not engaged until you hit the signal. And that engages a clutch. And therefore, then that color-coded fan will actually rotate the base at that point in time. And so it's a whatever McCall block. I forget now. So it rotates just the 90 degrees on one signal push, on one redstone signal. It's so simple, but it's genius. You can walk all over the world with just having 4 rotating corners.
This is cool. I also like the ocean builds, like setting up out here. Nice and peaceful. All right, let's shall we move on to the next place?
Before we bail, I want to go inside her house over here because that's just crazy detailed too. that's getting to be like Mean Machine. It's not just the zoo. Oh, she updated the porch. Nice.
Ooh. Nice beach house.
And then there's a nice elevator. It's subtle. More details in this basement. With some named creeper pets.
I've got the music playing now. It's got a nice build in. Feel like it's about to drop. The vase is threatening to drop. Uh-oh.
Did it drop? And I don't remember if that was signed, but just check out the view. It's awesome.
Formerly Mother Cat.
Seriously, have a seat. It's amazing. See?
Sorry, I'm giving off all these particles from my divinity.
Oh, I was trying not to be polite about the body odor.
Hey, Bagel. I'm just obsessed
It
with the texturing and stuff of the grass. Like, I'm not sure where you guys are. Yeah, right below you. It goes from the really... I don't know why it's so highly saturated, this grass. Maybe it's the biome.
That's
we're in.
new. That's new. Especially the trees, maybe. The trees are Twilight Forest, and they do magical things.
And then, yeah, okay. So these guys get planted. It changes the grass below it. And then it kind of, look at this fade into the savannah.
It's a cat tree. She's got her cats up here in the tree. I think the zoo just blows me away. The amount of time to, not just to build it, but to plan all the paths. Oh my gosh, everyone. Wow. Yep. Swallows, Gag Jr.
God. Yeah, okay. Peaches, Ella. You do look like a many.
Shiloh, Hexal, Tramp, Sheba, Zeta, Sheriff, Marty the Zebra, Hades, that's a good name. Oh, Parrots unnamed. These might be new though. No, they're not. This is still 161, my bad. 162, we're having a parrot prolification problem.
This is very good, like texturing and stuff. Very impressive. Sometimes I feel like this kind of stuff is wasted just on a base. Like, I want to see this in a map. I want people to get stuck in a maze and have to run away from bears or something. Like, it's the kind of base that's made to be run around at foot level. What is this? This is definitely... Oh, I know this one. Yeah, I've called it Sky Base. This is cool.
Yeah, this is nuts, man. He had something really cool in North America where he's just visiting. This is insane.
This is PlutorianX's base.
On names.
I am kind of lost for words because it's both very impressive, but also I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. That lights that up.
Fix keys so I can go to spectator.
How did I end up over here?
He's got heaps. And he's like decorating with MI, or he's doing the most aesthetic MI build ever. Okay, I see from the outside, there's a top level. He's got a lot more stuff going. No, this looks like he's just being really aesthetic with his putting stuff out here.
I'm with Winnebago in the mob farm. So a whole bunch of different, what do we call these? Spawners of all different types, even cows and stuff. And they just drop down and get slaughtered.
Oh, it's all blazes. Oh, it's everything. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. You're just your classic mob farm. Slightly modded mob farm. I think it was just a word for mob farms before spirit and revitalizers. Non-server friendly mob farms.
Exactly. So here we are at a nice replica of the Titanic. Maybe not one-to-one scale, but it's Pretty big.
Yeah, it's doable. It's understandable given your limitations of survival mode.
Absolutely. And do they base here as well? I'm just heading down the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
don't see any chests.
A few random things downstairs. And this is drainage? Drainage.
No idea.
Do you think drainage?
Oh, duh.
Would make sense,
Yeah.
right? Yep, so this is DranneG's ship. Well done, drainage.
Drainage, G.
I don't know. What's the good
Okay.
joke, Sub?
I think we did it already with this is a nice not one-to-one recreation of Titanic, knowing that we're about to reveal.
Yeah. All right, and then we'll cut all that out. So if drainage did this one, who do you think did that one over there?
Oh my lord.
This wasn't here a second ago, I swear.
Oh, wait. I know what I have to do.
Yeah.
I know what I have to do.
No.
I have to stand over here and put my arms out in the wind. I'm king of the world. Everyone gets a turn.
Okay. Don't let me go, Bagel.
My heart will go on forever. I can't remember the words.
So, I mean, apologies to drainage if this isn't the Titanic, but bloody it looks like it. Was the Titanic flying the French flag? I suspect not. It's Titanic adjacent.
They've gone into detail. I'm sure they have a very specific boat in mind. And
yeah,
again, apologies because you clearly know what you're doing. Drainage.
I love this. This is insane.
This must be an actual 1-to-1. Looking at doors and stuff as a player on top. Well, what do you think, Kmbles? Should we look? Well, we gotta check out the submarine and then the sky base and then the Trent. There's another land base or something.
Before we head there, I'm in the basement of the Titanic where Leonardo DiCaprio does Irish jigs, and there's one of those like TR recycler things. If you guys TP to me, this is a really cool little setup that someone in Discord was explaining. Like you can set it up pretty early on. Maybe this might be a bit overkill with this many recyclers, but you can set up pretty early on and it'll give you all the TR stuff so you can just come back after, I don't know how many hours, and make yourself like the quantum gear because it requires zero input from you once it's set up.
Be right back, writing down a to-do note. Seriously, that's awesome. I know. Be careful with those. As long as you don't cross the streams. They went with the like 100 cycle. I think they tried to go full cycle on the Dandelion. Nice. Everyone keeps doing the crate hack where it only gets one step in the game of life simulation. And this looks like they've set it up for the one that'll get you to 100 cycles, which gets you the maximum mana from one block.
So what does the Dandelion?
Well, it simulates these green blocks. These green blocks here.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're at. They will be, but Dandelion, when stimulated by redstone, will make these blocks move and appear and disappear according to the rules of what's called the game of life, which is just something like you could imagine it played on graph paper where each cell, each square can be alive and you'll see a green block, or dead. There's nothing there. And it's playing that game. And in the context of Botania, if every time the blocks reach over and touch the zone around the Dandelion, they'll disappear and the whole game resets, and it'll give you some mana depending on how many generations of the game have gone on before it hit here. So you actually have to go through some effort to get it to live very long. Or now there's a kind of a hack, if you will, where people have combined it with Create that just shortcuts the whole thing. It's a cellular automata. So it's been like a geek toy for a long time, and it's studied for mathematicians and some other stuff too.
That's a blackboard. Oh, they made that.
Well, that's really cool.
I didn't realize that blackboards were so good. We've seen a bunch of interesting things. This is probably the most complex thing we've seen so far.
Oh my gosh.
And how did
I not notice that?
How do you change it? Well, I broke it. Oh, okay, I see. Hey, who did this?
Somebody sus.
No one will ever know. Oh, this is a name tag farm.
Oh, that's what this thing. I thought it. They're using trader stations. They're buying name tags.
What?
That
Why? What's
looks
the
like it's
benefit?
growing really fast.
All right, I'm at the sub now.
Now there's 2 subs.
We've got some missiles coming out. That is really well done. So what do we got here in the basement? This is also drainages, just like the giant ships. And it looks like they might have based here. Maybe this is where they started because there's a...
Ooh, yeah.
They're a
there's
bit
lots
done.
of- This is their MI. Okay, well this gets points for coolest MI install. Let's make ourselves a submarine to put all our MI in.
Totally.
With the nuclear reactor.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if that's where they started. Wonder that's where the idea came from. I always find that fascinating. What to think about? What idea made someone spin off into their crazy big idea?
I mean, this person based in a submarine. That's pretty amazing. Very claustrophobic, but that's freaking cool.
Yeah, and made it work.
Yeah.
And just the build process. I mean, they are in water. They had to build this and drain out all the water and get this thing going.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. This dome that I'm in here. The blue one.
Again, the ways you can be amazing in Minecraft. Like this build, it's huge. It's got aesthetic aspects to it. You know, it's built to look nice in certain ways. And it's really technically competent. They've done a lot of building with the mods inside going through the progression.
By this point in the tour, we had basically run out of things to talk about. So there's a lot of silence. And awkward as this insertion may be, I did just want to show off PurpleDino's cool EBF factory. I couldn't find the rest of their MI setup until later I saw on a Discord post that, yeah, it's somewhere underground. So my suspicion is that this factory was kind of a work in progress before the server got wiped. But it was too cool not to also show off just a little bit. Have we seen ShedowSnow's base?
Right, the person who built Spawn? I don't think so.
I'm at their base now. Ooh. I'm not sure if you guys
Let's
saw
go
the
see
front
what-
here with the blackboards, but it says, Snow Ink, and there's a cat meme, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice design. Oh, they've got a little kitchen, like a little restaurant area here. There's chairs, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna let myself into the kitchen. This is good. I haven't seen anything like this yet.
Here you go. See if they got a couple cold ones, or 4 cold ones ready.
Underneath
That
Snow's
was so-
base. Sorry, but underneath Snow's base is something to behold.
Coming.
Pretty massive.
I love this underground
is the-
area.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm coming down to you.
Yeah.
Underground here?
No, the underground area. So I'm back here at the base.
Oh, right.
It's just
right.
so
I should
well
go back there.
designed. Chiseled limestone pillars, beautiful arches, like all over the place. They've even transported a queen bee over here and like recreated a bit of queen bee, those towers. And it wants to trade some leaves. Oh, here's
Yeah.
MI. I found it.
Oh,
Just walking down the corridor.
it's
Stick my head in
hard
this
to
hole.
hide that forever. Whoa. I don't know why people diss on AE and MI together so much. Clearly, if you take AE and treat MI like something you just autocraft everything, that's going to get you trouble.
Yeah.
But you can, even just the small thing like using AE as just a nice cabling network that can do things in a little more flexible way than MI pipes do. But MI pipes are rad. And there's people who've gotten AE to, you just got to make it set up to do passive crafting. So it's just working all the time.
Mm.
And then it's fine. But yeah, people set up like a big order and like, I'm just going to have it make one quantum singularity. And you're like, oh, world of pain.
I think the fact that the MI book suggests at the beginning to not use it with AE2 as well is one of the reasons, at least, why I was like, okay, it's official. I'm not going to try
it is in there.
Shall we move on?
Yes. Oh, wow.
I'm just going to turn like everything down. It's way too noisy in
Okay.
here.
I'm back. Let's
Hey, sub,
figure
give
out-
us a TP. We got another completionist over here.
Yep. I'm coming over.
And this is
Ooh.
IMedeBeer.
Wow. I made a challenge just showing up. Or someone did.
Yeah, it's super loud,
I
right?
made bear. Oh, I mead.
IMedeBeer.
Hell's Kitchen. You know, that award sound plays for everyone locally, doesn't it? Like if you're just standing near someone, you'll hear it, right?
Also a beautiful design base.
Whoa. Heaps of fluid storage and a... This is a different person? This is not where we just were?
This is IMedeBeer.
A hung skeleton, a hung... That's some grim
What is this
humor
drag?
around here.
So you can tame dragons with adventures, can you? I mean, obviously you can because that's what it says. Legend Seeker has a dragon snuck in here.
Whoa, this is big. Now I can't see botany pots without giving them the side eye.
I think we must be next to each other.
Oh.
It's a bit of voiceover there. So they're doing the Soul Revitalizer with the Warthog, which gives a bunch of things, including netherite, I think. It's like a common way to get this stuff, which is netherite scraps. Maybe I should give that a go. And then a giant cocoa ray. My God.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to TP out of here because it's a bit too laggy. I'm struggling to even change back to creative. Oh, Bagel, we got to get out of here. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the show. That was quite the video, a feature-length film even. As I said, the new servers are already up and running if you'd like to get into that. You can find all the info you need about that and about the mod pack itself down in the description. Thanks so much to everyone who came on and showed us their beautiful creations. I really appreciate it and I had such a fantastic time. In particular, I want to give a special shout out to Submarine for helping organize these tours, helping us navigate the world, and for providing lots of amusing commentary along the way. Thanks, Trent, for your work making the packs, hosting the servers, and sorting out all the tech stuff. And thanks to the Winnebago for showing us around the EU server. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Mum, for believing in me, and Queen Bean for putting up with me. Thanks to the Academy and the caterers. Wow, really. Thanks to my editing software for holding up. Solidarity to the writers' strike and all the workers around the world fighting for better conditions. See you in the next video. Bye for now.